Kevin Owens. That's awesome.
Yo, what is up, Loudmouth? We had a little hiccup here, a little delay, but we are back with Ringinology. As we stand right now, it is 10-10. Ramel has 10 points. Devin has 10 points. And Devin still has 2 questions in the first round. Devin, a.k.a. Kevin Owens. Are you ready for your 2 other questions?
I'm gonna lose it if he starts playing them theme music. I'm gonna lose it. I promise you.
All right, getting my shirt on.
There we go.
Here we go.
All
right, Devin. Your neck. These are your 2 questions.
2 more questions. All right. Give you an easy one. Name Rey Mysterio's signature move.
619.
There we go. All right, we're gonna go a little old school. Kevin, which WrestleMania did Hulk Hogan slam Andre the Giant?
Yo, roll this one.
I don't listen to, or I don't watch all that. Why do I want to? Oh wait, I want to say 4.
Roll it.
Oh, Mel,
roll it.
Mel,
roll it.
It was WrestleMania 3.
Bang!
There we go.
We are tied 15 apiece, people. 15 apiece. Going into round 2.
All right. Round 2 is
starting with Mel. Themes. Luch is going to play. He's going to play a song on his phone. You're going to listen to it, and you're going to name that theme.
All right. Mel,
is someone going first, or is it the first person to name it?
No, it's Mel. You're going to get 3 different themes, just like the questions.
Alrighty.
All right. Mel, you get 10 seconds of the song. Got it?
Loving it, Kevin. Loving it. Kevin's coming to fight.
There we go. 1 minute, waiting for it to pop up. And ready?
Here's your 10 seconds.
Oh, that's Kofi.
All right.
All right,
now
we're at 25 points, Mel. 25 points.
We're going to go. All right.
That's Randy's second theme.
Oh, and he knew the number. The second theme. Okay, Mel.
30 points. Or I'm sorry, that's 35 points. Last song.
All right.
It's the Bellas.
Yeah, it is. 45 points. He went on a tear. 3 in a row. He went on a tear.
I love you. Luch, Sean, I love you, but y'all ever play a Bellas theme for me again, we going to fight. I will personally drive to Pittsburgh. And I'm a fast driver. It do not take me long to get to Pittsburgh.
All right, Kevin Owens.
All right, Kevin Owens.
He went on a tear. He went on 3 for 3. It is 45-15. Can you tie it up?
Ready?
I was going to say that third one should be a female one.
You ready?
Sounds. And Rich, if you guys don't know, that was supposed to be James Storm's theme song.
Wow. He knew that. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Second one.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Can't hear anything.
I know. Hold on 1 second. There's a commercial.
You must be playing these off YouTube.
YouTube. YouTube.
The Cena's Bugonomics.
Yeah.
Okay.
35 points.
Okay.
Final one.
All right. Final one.
Wait, who's laughing? Oh, Trish.
Oh, last
Oh,
second came in and
Man.
sealed it. There we go.
He
45.
locked up.
Oh,
It is now 45 to 45.
okay.
45 to 45 going into the third round.
All right. Third round is pay-per-views. I'm going to
Starting
name a
with-
match.
And we're going to
You
start with
have-
Kevin Owens.
All right, Kevin Owens, but I'm going to name the match. You have to give me the pay-per-view, and if you give me the year, it's an extra point.
Okay.
All right. So Kevin Owens, we're going to start. Let's do Edge versus Mick Foley hardcore match.
Oh, that. Hell in a Cell, I guess.
Nope. Mel, want to roll it up?
It's a WrestleMania. I know it is. It's either a WrestleMania or a one night stand, but I believe the one night stand was a tag match, so it's got to be WrestleMania. I want to say 26 or 27.
Which one?
All right. Well, it was
27.
WrestleMania.
He went with 27.
27 was WrestleMania. 22.
Damn.
No
So
one
he
gets the
rolls
point.
it up. No, he rolls it up because you got WrestleMania.
Oh, he got WrestleMania. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go to Cena versus JBL in an I Quit match.
You said Cena and JBL?
And an
Cena
I.
versus JBL
I
in an
Quit.
I Quit match.
I'm actually gonna say WrestleMania for that one, and I think that was 21.
Nope. Mel, can you roll this one up?
Cena versus JBL. That was
Damn. Shit.
I want to say that was either Backlash or the Great American Bash.
Damn, you get to pick two.
He didn't really pick. Which one?
Yeah, he didn't get the pick. He just picked.
Great American Bash.
Great American. Both of you are wrong.
Wrong.
It was Judgment Day 05. Judgment Day 05.
No points.
I forgot that was a pay-per-view. Shit.
Shout out to Big Joe who just commented. Big Luch.
Big Joe, my boy. Where my boy at? Big Joe. See you, my man. See you. Top rank. Or no, oh my bad. Gentlemen's Club Barbershop. Killing it. All right.
We
so-
did not try to sabotage you, Courtney. You sabotage yourself.
All right. We're gonna go to last one, Kevin. Ricky
Thank you.
Steamboat versus Macho Man.
Sorry, but damn. Is that Mania 9?
Oh, you did get WrestleMania.
Got Mania. So you got the
But it was-
15.
3. It was the third. It was the same one where Hogan versus Andre.
Oh, you suck. I could have answered that.
Well,
I got the thing at least.
Oh, Courtney
All
needs
right.
a handicap. This is ridiculous. Oh, Courtney. Next time, brother. Next time.
all right.
It is
Mel, you
now
ready?
tied. It is tied 60-60 going into Mel's 3 questions.
All right, Mel.
All right.
I need some
Punk
newer
versus
matches.
Cena. WWE
versus-
title match.
Punk versus Cena. Wasn't that Royal Rumble? Royal Rumble 16? Something like that.
Kevin Owens, you're rocking. I see you. What is it?
Am I able to ask, is this their first or second encounter?
Second.
Money in the Bank 13. The year 13.
Oh, Money in the Bank. Yes. But it was 11.
But you got the 15. Got the 15.
All right.
All right.
Mel.
I'm listening.
Rick versus Shawn retirement match.
Who was it?
Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels retirement match.
WrestleMania 20.
WrestleMania 20. That's the answer. Final answer.
Yeah, WrestleMania. It was either WrestleMania 22.
I just want to put it out there that it's 24.
Okay. Yeah, it is 24. Yeah. Mel looks like he's a part of Crime Mob. R.I.P. Chad. Okay, Courtney. And it was crime time, Courtney. Just so
It's
you
crime
know.
time. Crime time, Courtney.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
And it wasn't
Yes,
WrestleMania 25.
What's up, Anth? What's up? Nice to see you. All right. Now, last one.
Before him and Taker started.
Taker versus Edge.
Oh.
For the big gold.
Shit. For the big goal. I want to say that was a was that a WrestleMania? That had to be.
4,
3.
3.
WrestleMania 18.
You got the WrestleMania part right.
Of course.
Kevin Owens, do you know
23.
It's 24. 24.
Thought it was.
Right now,
All right.
we are going into the third round. Give you updates point-wise. Ramel, 90 points. Devin, 75 points.
Uh-oh.
Ramel is in the lead.
Fourth round we're in.
Oh, I didn't get no points for that year. Shady.
All right, so fourth round.
20
is
points.
Debuts and returns. Debuts and returns. All right. We're going to go Kevin Owens first. When did Cena return from his stabbing incident?
Those. Damn, I don't know about this. Oh. How detailed do I gotta get? Like the year? What? Like
No,
was it
it's
a pay-per-view?
You can just say the pay-per-view.
Backlash of 06?
It was actually. Oh, well, Mel, can you roll it up?
Who, me?
Yep, can you roll it up? He was wrong.
Cena returned from his stabbing incident.
I forgot he got stabbed. Shit. Was that Royal Rumble 08?
Oh! Both right. You knocked them both. It was
Wow.
and it was 08.
I just remember. Because
21 points.
Wasn't that the one at Madison Square?
Yes, Madison
Yes.
Square. God,
Yeah, I
okay,
thought so.
Mel. Okay, Jesus. You're showing up enough. You're naming the venue and everything.
Yeah, he is right.
All right. All right. Kevin. Debut of the one and only Undertaker.
I could have got that one, you asshole.
Damn, I
dude.
don't pay attention to him.
hey,
Hold on.
Hey, what?
What?
I don't. He's old as shit, dude. I pay attention to like late Attitude Eras and up. I don't watch that Hulk Hogan shit. And back then, I don't. So, what was it? I know. What was it? Mania 1? I don't know.
Oh no, Mel.
Mel, can you roll it up?
That was Survivor Series in '91.
Oh, Survivor Series, correct, but it was 96. He debuted in 96.
Taker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
You sure that was 96?
Yep.
It was 96.
Survivor Series of 96.
30 years. 30 years.
I think y'all need to go back and look at that, man. I'm challenging that. The Undertaker, Mark Calloway.
You're challenging. All right.
I believe that was.
Look it up.
I believe that was no. I take that back. It was Survivor Series '90 because $1 Million Man, he was on $1 Million Man's team, and the ugly dude who's replacing Paul Heyman now is was his manager before.
He is right.
Yeah.
It was Survivor Series of 90. But
what the hell is that red dude's name?
90.
What the hell is
90.
90. I thought it was 96.
No,
what the
90.
hell is that red
He
dude's
got it
name?
wrong. He got the year wrong anyways, but he got the points for the
for the Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. 120.
Send Devin another thing.
Yeah, because I was like, who the hell is this red dude? I forget his name. He replaces Heyman now.
Yeah,
that was his original manager. And then they brought in
the orange guy.
Yeah, him. You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Undertaker's gone. This fucking went off and my screen went away.
All right. Last one for Kevin.
Oh man.
AJ Styles debut.
Oh, Royal Rumble 2016.
Got them both. Nailed
Got
it.
them both. 21 points.
All right, Romel.
What's
You
happening?
ready?
I'm ready.
Roddy Piper returns.
Ugh.
Who's that? Who'd you say?
Roddy Piper
Roddy
returns.
Roddy Piper's return. Which time?
Right?
The pay-per-view time. The big one, like when he came back.
Oh shit. SummerSlam? Nah. I'm gonna say that was WrestleMania 12.
He got WrestleMania right. It was 14. WrestleMania 14.
If that was I'm challenging that one too, man, because I remember him fighting Goldust, and Goldust was before 14.
Sean?
Because they had that chase, they had the car chase that made it look like the OJ
Simpson
chase.
OJ Simpson chase, yeah, that was crazy. Sean, look that up, please.
And we're looking at Roddy Piper's return for Mania, right?
Yes.
I thought that was 12. I'm pretty sure that was 12.
Hell, he might come back for both.
Roddy Piper did have like some of the most like returns of history.
I was about to say he had like 900 different returns.
I think Big Show got him beat on that.
Okay,
yeah, probably now, yeah. But I bet you if Roddy was still alive, he'd have him beat.
Roddy would still be getting in the ring today.
I don't know about that one.
He'd be like Rick. Rick still wants to take bumps.
Man, Rick better dodge the coronavirus before he think about getting back in the ring.
I'm looking it up like right now. It's kind of hard to figure it out here, which Mania he returned at.
Because there's like several.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm gonna look right here. The only thing, if we're saying it that he returned because it was against Mr. T, then we're looking at Mania 2.
Yeah, there's no real specification on this one.
Yeah. So we're just gonna go. He got that one.
We're gonna give him the extra point.
Yeah. We'll give him the extra point. All right. Okay, here. Sting's debut in WWE.
Wasn't that Mania? No, not Mania. That was a Raw. Let's say Raw 14.
Nope. Kevin Owens.
Kevin.
Damn.
Yeah.
The return of, or not the return, the debut of Sting in
The
WWE.
debut of Sting in WWE.
I don't
5,
think I could think of SummerSlam.
4. Actually, it was Survivor Series.
Survivor
of
Series.
14. He came
I
out
had the
to
year right.
help. I believe it was Randy with the corporation at the time.
No, he came
Triple
out.
H was running it.
He came out to help Team Cena win.
Oh yeah.
Dolph Ziggler got pinned by, I forget who. Ziggler pinned somebody at the end of that.
All right. Last one. Matt and Jeff's return.
That was WrestleMania. No, was that? Yeah, that was WrestleMania of 18.
No, WrestleMania was right.
Eh.
Kevin Owens, do you know the WrestleMania, the number?
I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. I was
WrestleMania
never
33?
a real.
Huh?
He said
33?
33.
Yeah, 33 was right.
I was just be honest with you. I was never really a real
33 or
Hardy Boys
32.
fan.
Oh Mel, come on.
Going
Man.
in now, we are going into the speed round.
Speed round.
Just to give you an update, the points right now, Kevin, you got a way to come back, brother. Romel is up.
You could do it.
Romel is up 162 to 97.
Woo!
I thought he was beating me for real.
Speed
No,
round
them years
is
don't
worth.
count.
Speed round. Each question is worth 25 points apiece.
Nice.
A piece. You get 45 seconds. So Sean, if you could please put 45 seconds on your phone. We're gonna start with Mel.
One second. Let me pull up my stopwatch here, my countdown.
Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready. Ask him.
All right.
We'll ask you the 3 questions. After he asks you, I'll start the timer.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the one question and we're gonna go right in, okay? Because the 3, he's not gonna, I mean, do you want to ask all 3 rounds? I mean, all 3 questions?
Ask all 3 questions. He'll have 45 seconds to answer each one.
All right. Name 3 commentary people.
I could Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon.
Bingo.
Name 3 Shield members. The 3 Shield members.
Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins.
Boom.
Name 3 women's champions.
Trish, Lita, Jacqueline.
75 points.
There we go. All right. Kevin Owens.
Let me restart this. All right, we're ready.
All right. Name 3 DX members.
Billy Gunn, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H.
Name 3 WWE champions.
John Cena, Randy Orton, Ric Flair.
Name 3 WWE pay-per-views.
SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania.
Oh, 75
Bang.
points.
But we still know the winner of today is Mel. So congrats to Mel.
I'll let you know the score here in a minute.
Final score though.
I think he had 237, I think.
237 to 172.
You know,
Oh,
I appreciate this because I knew I was off on a lot of them. But Luch, to get back to your disdain for me not liking the Hardy Boys, like you gotta understand, man. I love the High Flyers, but I was never sold on Jeff. It was more of a I like Matt more than I did Jeff, but I was never sold on Jeff. And the reason I was never sold on Jeff, it was always one person who owned him. He could not get over that hump, and I wanted him to so bad. He never got over that hump.
I mean, Jeff.
He couldn't beat RVD, man. If he could have beat RVD, he'd be tops on the list.
But like, I mean, this is Jeff Hardy. This is, I mean, yes, Matt is the better wrestler, if we're gonna be honest.
Man, Matt's the better wrestler and promo guy. Anybody that calls
promo, yes. Now promo, yes. Back
anybody
then,
that calls
promo,
Jericho a hole of the ass is okay with me.
Well, that
what?
Do you watch AEW, Kevin?
That promo when he at AEW where he came to help the
Elite.
Who was that? Was it the Elite? Yeah, it was the Elite. And he's standing in the middle of the ring with Jericho, and they're going back and forth. And he's like, "You, sir, are truly a hole of the ass. You can't beat that, man."
Oh, bro, me and my fiance were dying watching.
Dude, I was in tears when he said that.
Of an ass, that was phenomenal.
I was in tears. You couldn't find anything better on TV that night.
Okay, but listen, Mel, since you respect Matt so much, do you think that who he's managing at the time, Private Party, he says that they are the next Hardy Boys. They're the next big thing in tag team wrestling. You agree with that?
Okay, well, I heard that and I saw the tweet because I actually follow Matt. You have to understand something. And I'm only saying this because, as you know, journalists got to be unbiased. Matt and Jeff were in two different eras as compared to Private Party. So when you look at the Private Party style, it is reminiscent of Matt and Jeff, but it's not Matt and Jeff. The tag team I could think of that comes the closest to Matt and Jeff would be the Young Bucks. But, the Young Bucks are established. So I'm going to say no, he's wrong, but only because you can't mimic Matt and Jeff. But they have the qualities that Matt and Jeff had at the time. So we'll see how time tells on that one.
Yeah. But I mean, and then Matt and Jeff as a tag team were great together. Once they split, I felt like Jeff got more hype because of what he does and his high flying, and he's not worried to put his body on the line.
And when you look at it, paperwork, like I would say resume wise, I think Matt had the better singles career because he didn't even want to be in that situation, but with the Lita and Edge thing, that was like money. That was money.
Yeah.
To see real life, not just what DX does, but see real life. That's my girl. You stole my girl. Now I'm about to fuck you up. Bro, that was real life. They couldn't have played out any better.
No, I agree. I mean, I liked that gimmick. I mean, I think it's kind of like fucked up that they took his personal life and made it into something on camera.
But
Like,
I mean, that's the
Controversy
same,
creates money.
but that's
But
the
that
same
is
thing
very
with.
true.
But that's the same thing that we're talking like Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and TNA with
You're
Karen
right.
Angle.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
That's right. And I mean, right now, I don't
Matter of
think
fact,
what they're doing with Jeff with the whole addiction thing. I think that's like I don't back
it's
that.
but it's funny. It's funny you bring up the Jeff Jarrett thing because there was actually a Facebook meme in another group. I wish I could have stole it, but it's him. It's Jarrett and his wife. It says it's the best angle he's ever been a part of.
Oh.
Wow.
But you know what?
Wow.
You know what, Luch? I hate to say this, but if you pay attention to it, it's true. That Jeff Hardy addiction thing ain't nothing but it's nothing but Shawn Michaels all over again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it's
better to be pissed off than pissed on. Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So here's my question. So here's a question for the both of you. A little off subject. What I saw, I watched a little bit of Friday Night SmackDown. How do you feel about how WWE is treating Naomi?
I'm just saying this. She used to be the backup years ago. So if she can be treated like a mid-card right now, that's fine. She had her time with the belts already. So right now it can be like a lower point. She'll be used necessary eventually.
Do you feel that she's now? Do you feel that she's now like a Natalia almost?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm gonna disagree with KO on this one because you got to look at reality, and the reality is, as a wrestler, and Sean, you should know this. If you're sticking with one company, it's not like it's not like the freedom AEW has with New Japan, right? As far as going to Japan to compete and then coming back to compete, which is what WCW used to do and was very good at it. You're stuck in one market. Hey, give me that. You're stuck in one market as a wrestler in WWE. And the market is, get your big head out the way. And the market is them and only them. You can't go overseas. You can't go to the indies. You can't do anything. So I'm going to say there needs to be more pushes for all of the talent on the female roster, because if you look at these matches nowadays, Alexa Bliss has been throwing out some good stuff. Nikki Cross is coming into her own. Naomi. Look at Naomi's career. She came from a backup there. She wasn't even supposed to be part of the show for real. When he was supposed to be a wrestler, she was supposed to be brought in because she could dance. Her and the other girl. But she's more athletic than most of the girls on the roster outside of Charlotte.
So you're gonna say she's more athletic than Bayley?
Oh hell yeah!
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Bayley do a moonsault, bro.
Bayley don't got shit other than an ass.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. When Bayley started doing moonsaults, I believe her.
Bayley's athletic.
She's athletic, but tell me again, can she do the stuff that Naomi can do? Can she do the stuff that Charlotte can do? No. Charlotte did a corkscrew twist during a pay-per-view on the people outside. When was the last time you seen Bayley do something of that nature?
I'm sure. I'm sure if you gave her the opportunity, she would. But
I don't think she'd take it because she'd be too worried about hurting herself. But I digress. I think yes, Naomi needs a better push because Naomi has the talent. She may not be as good on the mic as Charlotte, as Bayley, as Sasha, but she's athletically just as good. And again, with your entire women's roster, you have a plethora of things you could do with everybody.
And do you feel they're hurting Shayna Baszler by keeping her like off screen as much as they are?
Yeah. Even though she's ugly. Let me stop. But my thing with this is if you're gonna bring somebody in, use them. Don't just let them sit and rot. And that's the problem most of these wrestlers have been having that have been released or are, going to other companies. Matt said it best in his interview with Jericho. I got ideas, let me use them. And it all goes through Vince. And the problem that everybody says is the problem with WWE right now. Vince is out of touch with everybody. So because Vince is out of touch with everybody, ideas are getting thrown to the wayside that are actually good ideas. I think the only thing that I can see that I've been watching that has been consistent is Bray Wyatt. You look at Bray's work the only thing I think they did when they fucked it up was let Goldberg beat him. I thought that was stupid. Why do you build him up to be so damn dominant and then he loses to Goldberg?
But Bray writes his own stuff. That's why.
And
writes his own.
And even with that, you still have characters, or I ain't gonna say characters. I'm gonna take a page out of Ric Flair's book. You got pro wrestlers that are still in their wrestling prime. AJ, again, Naomi. Go back to Bayley and Sasha, and then who is that? Apollo Crews. I say Apollo Crews because he's young enough and seasoned enough to where he can write his own stuff.
Apollo Crews doesn't sell me.
He doesn't sell a lot of people, but his athleticism alone puts him. His athleticism alone, yes, Sean, I do agree with you. I do agree. He's not where he should be, and that's management's fault. Because
that's his
when you
fault
look
too. That you can't put all of that on management. That's on you too. You gotta have the biggest thing is charisma. That's the game is charisma. Sell the audience, get yourself in the audience. You can have all the
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm just gonna say this. This is how front office management works. Remember how we did the promo with me with the mask on, right? And I told you I had some ideas, and you never called me to see what the idea was. Because I really thought we could have made it work. You told me you and Sean had talked about it, didn't fit. Same thing. If Apollo has an idea, he's got to jump through hoops. EC3, same thing. Had a bunch of ideas, thought could have worked, might could have worked. All you got to do is go through Vince. Vince is so out of touch. And you can't be old school. You have to change with the times, which is why I guarantee you this. You can quote me on this. You don't have to quote me on this. You can disagree. I guarantee you, let New Japan have the same type of freedom over here TV-wise that WWE does. I guarantee you would see a lot of more different angles and promos done with the characters in New Japan as opposed to the characters in WWE. Which is why I don't think Vince gets it anymore. Like Vince used to get it. Attitude Era, ruthless aggression, he got it. He paid attention to what was going on in real life and with his wrestlers. And now it's like, I'm going to do what I want. You don't like it, I'll let you sit at home for 6 months or until your contract is up. You look at the work with the Boneyard match. You could have kept that going if you really wanted to. Not even with Taker being in ring. But you know how they had Taker come back and start fucking with people psychologically before the match even got to where it was. You could have kept that going.
Did Taker really want to keep that going?
No, he didn't. But I'm just saying, just as an example, if Taker was young enough and his body was holding up well, could have kept that going, at least until SummerSlam. Have AJ feel like he can't get over, dreams and visions of, being buried alive. It's at some point the wrestlers have to take responsibility as far as in-ring promo work, but at the same time, you also have to be as management. I'm not even gonna say as an owner because you still got to work with Hunter, you still got to work with Heyman at the time. You still have to be smart enough as a promoter to know I might have something with this. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't work after 2 or 3 weeks, scrap it. But if it works and people are buying into it, I don't see why you have to shut it down.
Yeah,
that's just me.
I get it.
No,
so with Naomi, I think if they put her in the right situation, put her in the right feud, I think she can put some butts in the seats. will they do that? It remains to be seen.
They have
I mean-
they have a great thing going with Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans is a hot talent that is getting overshadowed, is getting the little raw deal of not getting noticed. So, I mean, if you put those two together, I think those two can put on some great matches.
Exactly.
Let them fight.
Exactly.
Let them actually fight, because Lacey Evans is more of a fighter than she is more of like up on the top rope type deal.
Yeah, she's a brawler, and
She's a brawler.
and that's the other thing. I think they're pushing these wrestlers out of their element, which is why I love indie wrestling so much, and why I love New Japan and AEW, because they're playing to their strengths. Granted, AEW's ratings may not be the greatest, but those matches are playing to their wrestlers' strengths. Young Bucks, high flyers, they can brawl. They're not good at it, as you saw with the kitchen match this past Wednesday.
Yeah.
But if they need to brawl, they will brawl. Whether they win or not is up to them. But they stuck to what they knew, which was high flying. Cody, he's a well-balanced guy. He'll fly if he needs to, but he likes to keep you on your toes.
He's a tactical wrestler. He's a technical wrestler. Which
Jericho, same thing. Jericho's the same thing. Tactical. I'm gonna come in with a game plan. If you adjust to it, I got something for this. I wish Vince would listen to Heyman more, Hunter more.
Heyman's gone.
I'm using him because Heyman, as much as we all hate Heyman on the mic, Heyman's smart.
I love Heyman. I love Heyman.
No,
I don't like Heyman on a business end of it. On a business end deal, I'd never shake his hand.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. As much as he makes you want to hate him. He's that lovable. So when I look at Heyman, when I look at Hunter, but again, everything has to go through Vince. It's kind of unfair, because why do you bring this talent in and you don't utilize them right? Like, my little sister is a wrestling fan also. She used to ask me all the time, how come you don't never see any Japanese wrestlers in WWE? Simple. If Vince let somebody like, I don't know, the Great Muta in, if he let somebody like the New Japan Shinsuke, half the roster be hurt. Because over in Japan, it's a sport. Whatever storyline they have, great. We're gonna follow it, but somebody gonna get hurt. Stan Henson never came. I ain't gonna say he never came back, but Stan Henson barely came back to the U.S. because if he clotheslined somebody like he did in Japan, they have a broken neck. So I think Vince needs to pay attention to what he has as far as talent goes. Charlotte, well-rounded.
Real quick, Justin David just told us that Luch got the guns out tonight. He wants all the smoke.
All the smoke. Where's I don't got a cup.
Yeah,
damn, I don't got a cup.
I got a thermos for you, so
Yeah, I don't got a cup.
But
that's just where I think it is. Just Vince needs to pay attention. I don't think Vince needs to step down. I just think he needs to listen more, because now he's in a position where you got competition again, and in order to win, you have to pay attention to what your competition is doing and what you're doing. And if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, and you're just doing whatever you say to do, those ratings that everybody's saying, is looking like shit, AEW is going to take that over again. But I don't think I really don't think AEW is looking for a ratings war. I think they're just trying to put out quality matches.
Yeah. So Kevin, what do you think? Big KO. What do you think of the product now?
To be honest with you, well, for one, I actually don't watch AEW. I'm straight up loyal to WWE. But Vince don't know what he's doing. I'm just hoping eventually he lets someone else take it in a couple of years. If he don't give it up in a couple of years, I actually think that WWE will go out of business.
You really think? You think? I don't know. I don't know if they'll go out of business. You got NXT.
It'll never go out of business.
It'll never go out of business.
But
NXT got something.
It will drop.
They got
it's
something
going to
special.
drop. It's going to drop drastically because Actually, just this week, AEW beat all three of WWE in
Ratings.
all three. So for AEW to, I don't care if it's just 1 week, that is huge. Like to beat SmackDown and Raw. I mean, Raw alone, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
So like,
are we going to see another? Here's the thing: are we going to see another 86-week run?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come and go because WWE product is, especially Raw. They need to cut it back to 2 hours because by hour 2, I'm done. I don't want to watch it no more. It's getting boring. It's getting slow. They're bringing Andrade out for the 3rd time of the night, and it's like.
So here's another big question. Hold on. Big question here is you're talking about letting these superstars or wrestlers do their own thing, make their own promos. They've been coddled so much. Do you really think they can go back there and really write their own promos and actually be good?
Depending on who it is, yes.
Without the writers.
Depending on who it is, yes. Because I'll throw this out as an example, but I was going to say, if you look at ECW from that stretch from 97 to about 2000, before shit started really hitting the fan there, everybody was doing their own promo. You had the angle. You knew what the angle was. Case in point, the new triple threat of Sabu, Van Dam, and Taz versus the triple threat of Bigelow, Candido, and Shane Douglas. You knew what the angle was. And everybody in that angle had a beef with somebody. So all you had to do was say, hey, this is the match that's coming up. We'll let you handle it. And they handled it. Granted, everybody was really winging it, so to speak, in ECW. But if you start out giving people free reign, just giving them a platform, it could work. Because it worked in ECW. It worked with Jericho and WCW with the Dean Malenko angle, man of 1,004 holds. So it could work. I just think Vince needs to let off the leash a little bit. You can't just tell everybody this is the angle, this is what I want you to say, or put the earpiece in their ear, because it's not fair to them. It's not fair to them. And because it's not fair to them by putting the earpiece in their ear and you're sitting in the gorilla telling them what to say, what happens if Hunter decides to take over after Vince is gone? And Hunter says, look, here's your angle. The rest is up to you. By that point, what are you going to do what are you going to do? You might as well just start it now.
See, that's the problem, though, is that I feel that if Hunter would take over and would go up to these younger guys and go, listen, here's a microphone. I need you to go out there and you already know your angle and give me 4 or 5 minute promo, whatever.
And here's your bullet.
They're not going to know what to do.
You got to give them bullet points, though. You got to give them bullet points.
I agree with that.
Bullet points.
Yes.
I think if you just do bullet points, like hit this, this, and this,
but
go.
You can't.
I think every wrestler
with the newer guys, I just don't think that if you give them free reign, I think it's going to get ugly and it's not going to be good.
I don't, because this would be the time to do it. If you're at NXT,
I agree with NXT.
But I'm saying, if you're in NXT and you're a Hunter, this would be the time to start that, and then go to Vince and say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing at NXT. Look at this and tell me what you think. Vince is probably going to be the asshole he is and shoot it down. But later on, he's going to be like, that could actually work. And those guys are already ready. I mean, if you look at some of these promos now, to me, they already seem like they're hitting bullet points without being told what to say.
Yeah, I think some NXT stars are really good on the mic. I think some WWE stars are really good on the mic. I just think that some of them need guidance, and some might even need a script. I don't know if some can even cut a good promo without
Well, that's
having
what you
help.
practice for, right?
I mean, yeah.
Like I think right now, when you look at promo work right now, like you look at promo, your top probably 3 guys
Seth
is
is
probably is a top 3. I don't know. You're probably looking at Bray, The Miz, maybe Orton.
Miz.
On that third.
Orton's always been top. Orton's always been up there. But
Are
you
we
got to
talking
think
about
about
Miz now?
I mean, The Miz from the moment he came into WWE.
he was good on
did
the
he
mic.
did he stumble a couple times when he got nervous during the Diva search thing? Yeah, but every time he got on the mic, he made you want to listen. You wanted to listen to what I wanted to watch WWE Raw because I wanted to hear what The Miz said. Just like now, I watch SmackDown because I want to see Bray.
What'd you say, Kevin?
No, I said even though he talks like he says a lot of stuff but doesn't get his point across, Dolph Ziggler does pretty good with promos and stuff too.
But see, Dolph is that I'm just gonna talk until you listen type of guy. That's what he comes off to as me. To me. But the one who caught my attention are the Street Profits. If you look at them, they remind you of The Rock and Stone Cold. Now I was gonna say The Rock and Stone Cold as far as talking. Think about it.
Who?
Think about it. No, think about it. And I'm saying talking. I'm not saying they remind me of The Rock and Stone Cold, but when they talk, they get their point across. They might make you laugh, and they'll throw a cheap shot in or two. That work, even though Sean doesn't like it, that work they did with the Viking Raiders.
If I'm looking at the
tag
Street
team
Profits, if I'm looking at the Street Profits and I'm looking at a promo work type deal, they remind me more of a Jimmy and Jay Uso, who get their point across, make you laugh a little bit, and take a cheap shot. Not a Stone Cold and The Rock was more of a joking manner all the time, where the Street Profits can get,
kind of like Cena a little bit.
Yeah, Cena ain't funny.
Yeah,
Fuck Cena.
Cena can barely cut a promo to save his life.
Fuck Cena.
He's only had I can only count a handful of times Cena had good promos.
And I'm not talking about rapping. Like the rapping was entertaining.
We're not talking rapping.
That was
I didn't believe him as a rapper.
his best promo, his best 2 promos I could think of right now. 1 was AJ Styles, and 2 was Roman Reigns. Those were the only 2 good promos I can actually think that I could say. You know what? Those were good.
When he said the reason I'm still here is because you can't pick the ball up and run with it. So I still need
a decent one. He had a decent run with The Rock too. Don't forget that. The Rock carried him.
But The Rock
carried him.
Yeah, Rock carried him. But the times he needed to throw a cheap shot in, he did his job.
Okay, Joe, I see you.
Joe said it doesn't matter what Luciano got. Luciano thinks jabroni.
Okay, Joe, I see you. Trying to act like you know wrestling.
Sean Luch, I gotta ask this just because. Both independent wrestlers, so I know the independent scene is dear to Sean, but I have to ask with Cody throwing out the open challenge, and you see all these independent wrestlers coming in. I think this week he's supposed to be going up against Warhorse, which is something I want to see. Good or bad? Honestly,
I like it.
I like it. It gives guys in the indies a chance to make a name for themselves, to get signed.
I like it.
Definitely to get signed.
The indies is where it is.
Yeah. You had Cena doing this open challenge thing when he was doing it with the US title, but it was more for guys in NXT, SmackDown guys aren't getting lower mid card guys that aren't getting their name. But with Cody throwing an open challenge to anybody in any promotion, going, "Hey, I'll take on anybody," that's smart.
Yeah.
Because we're going to see Warhorse. I haven't seen Warhorse really perform, so I'd like to see where he's at.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
The last guy he just fought is who did
Eddie Kensington.
Eddie Kingston.
Yeah,
Listen,
Yeah,
if,
Kingston.
if
Kingston.
AEW doesn't sign him, my
They already
God,
did.
Impact
They
should
already
sign
did.
him.
They
They already did. Okay,
And
but that's what I'm saying.
NWA just released James Storm, and AEW's in contact with James Storm also
About
to grab
time.
him.
I think
Like this
James,
man.
another person I wish that they would let go of their contract in WWE is release Shayna Baszler. Let her go to AEW. She'll make a tear in AEW.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing: is when a wrestler is going to leave right now, especially WWE for AEW, they need to make sure that they have a whole name backing them. Shayna Baszler does, but because once you jump ship, Vince is going to give you that middle finger if you ever try to come back, and that's a guarantee.
But if you're
And how
going
many
to,
times?
here's the thing:
How
if
many
you
times
keep
has he
Shayna-
gave that middle finger and people have come back?
and if you give
Years and years, though, it takes
if you-
years
if
for
you
them
give-
to come back.
But if you give Shayna Baszler, if you keep her in WWE, you don't release her, then you better sign Tessa Blanchard.
AEW messed up. It right now is messing up by not signing Tessa Blanchard.
But look,
WWE.
would you actually sign her because you've seen that she wanted that 150 grand to drop that belt? Well, she could do it to WWE next time when she's almost done.
And you know what?
That's
And
a
you
good
know what?
point.
And you know what Vince
That's
is going to do? Vince is going to hand out the check like it's nothing. He's going to give the check like it's nothing.
But
He's going to be like, fine.
Is
You're
he-
going to drop the belt.
would
Here's
he?
150 grand. Here you go.
That's a good point, man. That is a good point.
I mean,
Granted, the wrestling tradition is not what it used to be as far as titles are concerned.
Right.
But you still can't hold property of the company hostage and go to another company and say, you want me, give me this X amount of dollars, because now if I'm a promoter, now when I look at you, I don't trust you.
exactly.
Who's to say Vince is going to trust her and think that she won't do it and then go somewhere like New
But if
Japan?
you give Tessa
or-
Blanchard, you give her the actual run that she deserves in that women's division in WWE.
It won't happen.
Her and Baszler would have.
But when does WWE do that then?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It won't happen because they're pushing Charlotte too hard. And Charlotte's supposed to be the god of women's wrestling. And you've got a shitload of people under her that are just as good, if not maybe athletically better. I mean, let's look at it. Asuka. If you look at Asuka's work before she got to NXT, she kicked ass.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're holding her back. You're limiting what she can do. I don't like that, because that you're not letting a wrestler show you their true talent. Now, just for the sake of argument, I'll go old school. Do you think a wrestler such as Jushin Liger would have had the same type of opportunity in the cruiserweight division in WWE?
No.
No.
Okay, so you're holding Baszler back, you're holding Naomi back. What's to stop them from leaving and saying, if I go to AEW, I'm gonna kill it and you're gonna regret it? Because now if you lose Baszler, who's got a name behind her, like Sean said, because she's an MMA fighter, if you lose Naomi, who's arguably your most athletic female on the roster, what do you do after that? You keep pushing Charlotte, you keep pushing Nia Jax.
They've been
There's
doing
going to
that.
bring
though.
people.
They've been
There's going to
getting
bring people
pushing
from NXT.
Nia Jax, listen, Nia Jax needs to go down back to developmental and work a little bit or something.
Yeah, because if she injures one more person,
She's injuring too many wrestlers. And
she's
I
going to be
get
the
it.
female
I
Ryback.
get it. Believe me, and I get it. Being a wrestler myself, being in the indies, I get it that you are going to get hurt. Things do happen. You do get hurt. But when it's a consistent basis,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why.
Then you gotta send them back to the minus. Yeah.
That's why, like when Seth was actually hurting people, Sting, Finn Balor,
my boy
when
Finn.
he was on that run of hurting people, they pulled him in the office and said, "Hey, either you get your shit together, you're gone."
Buckle
And now
Bob's
he's one
gotta
of-
go.
And now he's one of the safest wrestler. Now he's one of the safest workers besides the Miz. You know, people want to work with Seth. People want to work with the Miz. People want to work with John Morrison. These guys are safe. That's the problem that we're having in wrestling is everybody wants to go old school with wrestling. I get that, but at the same time, it's protecting yourself and the person you're working with.
It's a way to go old school without hurting people, though.
Right.
I look at the match and I know people are like, dude, you bring up Japanese wrestlers a lot. Yeah, because they're the perfect example of how to put on a show in some cases. Speaking of safety, I go back to the Liger Muda match from '96. That was some of the most violent stuff I had ever seen, but it was so safe. You look at the pile driver Muda gives Liger on the table. The table doesn't break, but he makes sure he covers, Liger's head not to break his neck. You don't see that now in WWE. You see Nia throwing people into the buckle, breaking their neck almost.
Yeah.
It's almost as if, Vince cares about the check coming in instead of the people bringing the check in.
Now, here's another thing.
Here's
another thing when you're talking about these matches and being safe, and people they're going old school. Would you like to see? I would like to see it, a fight pit with Baszler and Charlotte Flair.
No. No.
Here's my thing with that.
You wouldn't want to see that?
No, the only reason I would want to see that is to see Charlotte get her ass kicked, because I think that would put Baszler. I think that would put Baszler too much in her environment, and she snaps and have a flashback and puts her in like the Kimura lock, and that's it.
I'd get rid of Charlotte. Sorry, I'd get rid of Charlotte and throw Rhea in there instead. I'd like to see that.
That could work too.
I would rather see that.
That could work too. But but everybody wants to see Charlotte get her ass kicked anyway, so why not?
I actually want to see how tough Charlotte really is. I mean,
she would be interesting.
But I really want to see how tough she really is when you put her in those situations.
24/7 championship. Give her that 24/7 championship.
No, you know what? That would this pit match. We want to see. You say you want to see how tough Charlotte really is. It's the same thing they did with Owen. Remember the dungeon match and then the cage match with Ken Shamrock? Those two matches. That you want to see how tough she is? Let her go. Because Owen won the dungeon match and then he ended up losing the match against Shamrock in the pit. I say let her in. Let her go. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
she catches a potato.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, Charlotte is a tough girl. She's athletic as hell.
Yeah.
Athletic as hell. And the way that pit is designed, I mean, she can go on that ramp area, do her moonsaults on the Baszler. I mean, you're looking at the athlete versus a fighter.
And that's always a match we want to see.
And that's a match you want to see. The athlete versus the fighter. That would draw money.
It's nothing but a traditional boxing match with ladies. It would. So, with that being said, do you feel that type of environment or those type of matches could actually start working in the company's favor?
No. Not if you're bringing it too much. You're going to water it down.
No, not bringing it in too much, but not particularly that match, but I mean just throwing in a specialty match.
Yes.
If you do it, you got to do it the right way. You got to do it like that. These two can't stand each other so much that they have this storyline going so much they can't stand each other anymore. You know what? It's time to end this right here, right now. You have that specialty match.
Yeah.
Like the Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa match. That was a match. That was a match.
That was good.
That's somebody that needs to be up on the roster too. Like I saw Gargano. I saw him while he was here in Cleveland. Gargano. I'm biased to Gargano because I saw watching him here in Cleveland All Pro and just around the scene. Like this is what I mean when Vince is wasting talent. Why do you're always complaining about how we need to get the ratings up and how we need to bring in a better product. This is the way you do it. These matches that they putting on in NXT, okay, if you're in the feud, fine. Pair them with somebody who's got a lifestyle.
They're telling stories in that ring. They are telling
Yeah.
stories in that
And
ring.
that's what you were supposed to do. That's the whole purpose of being a wrestler. You tell the story. Yeah, I got something to say, but my work in the ring should show you better than what I'm telling you.
When I watched
And-
that match against Gargano and Ciampa, that final match, I got goosebumps because of that match. Because you saw the story play out altogether. I mean, literally. And then Gargano with the double turn, with his wife coming out and hitting Ciampa, low ball. Like that was, huh? What's that?
I said, the unsanctioned match. For some reason, I thought you said they were having one of them fight pits matches. Wait, what?
No, that unsanctioned match. That was a story told, and you felt the pain of both of them. You felt that, like that's what needs to happen on the main roster.
NXT,
I need to see that on the main roster.
I've been waiting to see that on the main roster.
AEW is wrestling right now. In New Japan, like New Japan's always been wrestling, but AEW and NXT right now are wrestling.
They're bell
to bell. NXT is bell to bell most weeks, but AEW is always bell to bell. AEW also has amazing, phenomenal wrestlers. So does NXT. So does WWE in a whole. But WWE needs to
like. Can I get Raw or SmackDown to start with a fucking match? Ding ding. Like seriously, just start with a match.
That is something that they're missing. They
Too
need to
many
stop
promos.
opening it up with. It's fine if you're opening it up with like a contract signing, something that's gonna.
I'm tired of seeing Drew McIntyre open up every week.
Listen,
I'm tired of seeing Dolph Ziggler open up every week. Like, come on.
Banks and Bailey opening.
Every
SmackDown and Raw. Seriously, I feel like they're on every show.
Kevin's loving it. Big Owens is loving that one. Every show.
I fucking hate it. I can't stand it.
And it's not. And then you have people like Angel Garza and Andrade that they're using 2 or 3 times during a Raw.
Yeah.
That's too much. That's way too much.
You're going to kill these guys' bodies before they're normally even probably supposed to be retiring. Because we all know wrestling takes a toll on your body. You and Mel know that, Sean. It takes a toll.
We know. We know.
So, like, a 30-year-old's going to feel like he's like 40-something. So, like, when you're giving these guys 2 matches every Monday, that's a lot. I mean, like, granted, right now,
going again. Let's see if we can.
Right now, they're not going around.
Big court dog.
Doing all that, but it's still a lot on your body.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Real quick. I win the game by default.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's get this straight.
Court, no.
I just want to make it clear. Hey, Crime Time, shut up.
You said Crime Mob. Come on, man.
No, because look, it's only Crime Time when there's 2. It's Crime Mob with his ass. Anyway, no, but seriously, listen. I won that game by default.
You didn't.
It's like, who won?
Big Mel. Mel won.
Big Mel.
You suck, Devin. How did you lose?
Dude, I don't do research on old shit. Past is the past. Ain't that big a deal though.
If you remember, Sean was born when WrestleMania 1 happened. Of course he's gonna give old school shit.
I didn't give the old school shit. It was Lucha came up with the questions.
Old school wrestling fan.
You guys are wild.
So what if I was born during WrestleMania 1? Who cares?
Anyway, did they? It's funny because you actually probably seen WrestleMania 1 when you're like 12. But anyway,
wow.
So, did y'all ask any TNA questions? I didn't.
No.
No TNA this week.
It was all WWE, bro.
All WWE.
I know some TNA, a bunch of old stuff like Aces and Eights when Hardy was heel and shit, or that Willow. I hope he's gonna become Willow because I've seen that he's having his like alter ego going on just his past SmackDown.
Yeah, I felt like it was like more of a broken Jeff. Like he kind of came from like the broken Hardy because he did mention something that like Hardy had to delete his career in WWE, and I have to.
Hey, first off, folks, I will say that I am going to leave the show on to Luch here for the rest of the show here. I got to get going. I got some personal things to take care of.
And the bad thing is, I was actually about to say that myself. I'm getting ambushed on calls and shit.
All right.
And I missed something because he's dying right now.
Sean's about to go eat dick and balls.
Wow. Y'all are wilding.
Hey yo!
He's a cam model. He's using that cam for something else in a few minutes.
Hey, Luke, tell me I'm lying.
You guys are outrageous.
Hey yo, Courtney, he said the big one.
The big one, right?
It was fun, guys. I'll see you.
I'll see you. Oh God. Oh.
Right. Well,
Wait, why did Devin leave?
He had to get going. He actually had to get going.
I guess he had to get going.
Oh man, that's funny. I'm sorry. Sean.
It's all right. We're cool. We're cool.
Go eat a sausage, Sean.
What?
No, I actually gotta get my son his medication. So
Okay. Funny.
I gotta get going, guys.
Wait, but first of all, don't use your. Hey, you know your son's my guy, but don't use him as your excuse. Don't do that. You ain't talked nothing before the show about your son's medicine. Now all of a sudden, it had your gayness. You want to talk about? I gotta get my son's medicine. You ain't shit, Sean. You're about to go kicking balls. Stop lying.
This just took a turn for the worse.
Oh, here we go.
Well, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Loudmouth Off the Top Row from Loudmouth Sports Talk and Loudmouth Sports Group. And don't forget to go get your Loudmouth Sports Talk shirts and tank tops at bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk.
Miss Michelle is the best.
We got
Mel,
Big Dog Sean, Court, and then we got Mel. Thanks for tuning in this week, guys.
Have a good one. See you guys next week.
Have fun, Sean.